Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order and let the record show that all members are present. If everyone has had a chance to review the minutes from the June 4th meeting, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes from the June 4th meeting.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Is there any old business to come? We do have a report from Kevin Krulik, who was unable to be with us this evening. And so we do have that on record, and he will be here at the next meeting to bring us up to date on projects. Any new business? No new business? Okay, then we'll go straight to the director's report.
The only thing, Lori, that we could do, old business, pickleball is up and going at Memorial Park.
Right, that's
We're
true.
doing a walkthrough tomorrow, a punch list to see what things are not in the shape that they should be. There's a couple things that we pointed out that we'll point out to the contractor, which he'll button up and correct. Abner Longley's moving along pretty good. These are just quick updates. The Conservation Pier finally did the final punch list and corrected all the issues that we had there, so that project's complete. Also going to put some dirt out at the trail going around the conservation pond. It's asphalt now, and it's kind of steep on both sides. That's going to be corrected. They're going to put some dirt in there and seed it this fall. That's part of the whole monies that were set aside for that. Also, start tearing down Thompson Street. That's the old EnviroChem. We've worked on that for how many years? 18 that I've been here, I know, and we finally got possession of it, and the council has awarded us money to do the demolition part. We're going to leave the big stone building where the Eclipse mural is. We're going to leave that building, but eventually we will dress it up, the outside of it, and also address the roof and some other issues. But it's a lot cheaper than building a new facility there. We use it now currently for storage. The county and the city got together, the attorneys and commissioners and the mayor all agreed to let us use that. So we've been using that about 5 or 6 years, and we greatly appreciate it, but now it's ours. We're going to tear out, I think a lot of people are ready for that eyesore to be gone down there. And just a lot of legalities that had to take place with liens and such. And I think the owner, the lady did pass away also, that so that didn't help things. I think it complicated it quite a bit, just the history on that. And it's outstanding. That's going to start the 19th or the week of the 19th. So 2 weeks, we'll see it being gone, which is fantastic. Other than that, that's just a quick down and dirty. We did have damage last night at Stone Eater. There was a wreck out there. They broke the fence. We're getting quotes on it to repair it and turn that into their insurance company. There was an accident. I believe everybody was okay. I haven't heard any different. That was a discussion last night with the sheriff's department at 10:15, 10:30. They towed it and did some damage even pulling it out. But yeah, that fence is broken. We're aware of it. We'll take care of that. So I'll start out with the director's report. That's just a quick down and dirty. June was an interesting month, to say the least. Starting off with cool, wet, and weather. Finished with sunny and very hot. Seashore Water Park was down 5,000 guests on June 18th. And as of the 7th, which the report I gave you a little bit ago, we're only, 60 guests away from where we were in 2024. As you can see, the comparatives, we're right on track of what we were doing last year, and we had a great season last year. So made up for all that cold, rainy, nasty weather in June, which can't believe it was cold in June, as hot as it's been. Maintenance has pushed through the extreme heat, taking down several trees, removed the playground by the pickleball courts. There again, that was the old metal slide and some of the older equipment, so it had to go. They power washed and got all the shelters ready and spruced up, all the mulch beds in Memorial Park, and have been assisting with the many events we held through the month of June. I just can't say enough about their efforts with this extreme heat. Just so proud of their hard work and their caring and passion downtown.
Great.
It did. I got to
Absolutely
say, Billy and staff, just each one of the guys, and I'll identify them later on. I think I'd like to bring them all here, and you guys can congratulate. I hear it all the time about how good the parks are. Every one of them's putting their heart in that. And we got the 6 inches of rain. They're worried about everybody driving. We had to pull a couple golf carts out of the mud, which isn't fun. If people are respectful, we're great, but it's really takes your heart away when people don't respect our property, and they're doing just a great job and working through this extreme heat and all the conditions. Just can't say enough. I know they signed up for outdoor work, but this is unusually hot, to say the least. The splash pad was closed temporarily as a motor went out. Had it working within 4 to 5 hours. Luckily, we were able to get the part in quickly. An impeller went out on the wave pool, so we ran it manually. There again, Logan Banks and Kyle Van Camp been working real hard to make sure that thing's operating. We've been having a lot of power surges, which is also shorting things out, and you have to go and reset everything, which is not fun. It also hits our cash drawers. So on occasion, Taylor and Allison have been in along with Thomas. He's local, so he jumps over there and reboots everything, which I can't thank them enough for their extreme. People aren't always nice when it gets this hot and they have to take all that. I can't tell you how great they are of handling our patrons that we come and all the people that they have to deal with sometimes. And anyway, do an outstanding job. We did not have the wave pool down, however, because again, they ran it manually, and I just can't tell them how smart they are and how good they are. Those classes they've gone to have really paid off. Food trucks had to stay. If you noticed, there again on the Cancer Society's drive-through benefit, let them pull in the night before on a Friday to park and get set up so they wouldn't miss a beat for the cancer. All the money stays in Boone County. Kathy Flannery and Joy Kaler handle those, all the operations there, but we're there to assist. Parked it in the right behind the parking lot. We got 6 inches of rain. They were stuck there for 4 or 5 days. Apologized. They were apologetic. We pumped water off. They pumped water off. Finally got it dry enough where we wouldn't damage a lot of turf. And again, want to thank them for hanging out. The ice cream did not melt in one of those containers. They had a generator, thank God. Worried about his product there, but he also fed all the park guys tenderloins that day for our troubles, and I greatly appreciate that. It was a success too. I think she raised over $5,000 if I'm not mistaken. So anything to help out with the Cancer Society, we're all in. Now, the car show, they were very respectful and didn't park in the grass, along with another one we had earlier in the season or earlier in June. The office, again, has been very busy, of course. Unfortunately, lost our fiber optic connection, and our phone system, computer system was down for a couple days. Our backup plan worked flawlessly as we were able to use our jetpacks to run our water park concessions and admissions windows. Again, all hail to Taylor or our office manager, Allison Morton, and Thomas Ingalls. Outstanding, always thinking ahead and plan Bs. And I really appreciate all that they've been doing, for always, but especially this trying time. We're seeing a lot of visitors right now in this extreme heat. Due to the extreme heat, we've dealt with a few heat-related occurrences at the water park. We're so thankful for EMS and their assistance. And again, the staff. Police have been right there too. Through Huseman Carnival was very pleasant to work with and very respectful to our park. Also want to thank the many families that set up along Euland Drive this year for the parade. Everyone was pretty respectful, did a great job of cleaning up their areas after the parade was over. We've talked about it. I've heard a lot of discussions about we should be charging, we should try lotteries. We went that route when we had a split rail fence about 15 years ago. It did not work out. You have families I've talked to 7 or 8 along that route as I'm pulling up their blankets because they aren't being respectful, or they're marking their territory a little earlier than what they should. Diane, you were out there 5 o'clock Wednesday morning. They were go dog go. So,
Yeah, they were.
but a lot of these families, it's tradition, and they have a rotation with their families. And to see them when you walk by and they're playing cards, they're eating pizza, they're picnicking. So there's not a lot you can do with that in my eyes. It's part of the park. The money it would generate, it would be so much of a headache too. We tried the pick, and somebody was going to buy up 100 spots or something like that, and a lottery or money. I just love the tradition, and I think in my heart of hearts, I think that's the way we should go, and we've kept it that way. Be happy to change if anybody wants to have a discussion there, but I still think we've tried it a couple different ways. It was not working, and this works. We had a big 4th of July. And if they want to sit out there for 3 days and 3 nights, and, more power to them, and they have fun. It's really nice to see all their camaraderie and the rotations. Now grandkids are getting into the rotation, which is, it's fun for me to see anyway. Programs and events. The annual Buick Olds Pontiac Car Show was held in Memorial Park. They came out of Kokomo. They've been here several years. They had a great turnout and just love our parks. The Boone County Cancer Society, as I said earlier, hosted their car show and food truck event in Memorial Park. Also had a great turnout, and were able to still host the event despite the rain. I mean, yeah, we had to pump a lot of water, but it worked out, and it was successful. Our June swim lessons were great. We had a few weather cancellations in the evening, but we're able to make those lessons up with the kiddos. And everybody had a great time and got their little awards for their swimming accomplishments. We'll be starting our June swim or July swim lessons this coming Monday, July 14th. Also, the community band performed on the bandstand on Sunday, June 15th. They did a great job. Memorial Park was extremely busy with all the 4th of July activities that took place. Carnival had a good turnout, and our water park stayed very busy. Again, the fireworks, I hope everybody enjoyed that. That was, if you didn't see it, man, it's on YouTube somewhere. You got to see it. But the council helped support with a lot of that money. I thought the ending, the finale was great. I've heard from a couple council members, and hopefully they'll support the 4th of July fireworks for that too. Also, there's 5 local banks that kick in monies for that. Couldn't do it without that, and all the many volunteers. Can't say enough about that. The volunteers were really good to work with. The dinners that they had, I think everybody was very pleased, and went on and on about, how complimentary they were with our staff and how pleasing and accommodating they are. And nothing that I haven't heard a zillion times, and I'm so proud of the staff that we have. Billy is there 7 days a week, even though he shouldn't be. But as far as that goes, he's doing it and a lot of guys do. They'll drive through the parks and do things, even though they aren't on the clock. And to have that kind of family caring passion about their jobs, it's just outstanding. So that's I'll get off that, but I think we've had a great month. We have a lot of things in place coming up. Like I said, Thompson Street, or the old EnviroChem down there on Thompson at Abner Longley, will be ripped out. I think that'll please a lot of people. We have a few different parking changes. We have that path that's going on. We've got plans to put that path. Lori, I think you've talked about it forever, about a path around at Abner Longley. Finally getting some of these punch lists and following the master plan, getting these things accomplished. And appreciate the council for supporting it financially and us moving forward on all the great happenings we have at the park. And with all that, any questions?
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
At the conservation park, is swimming allowed down there?
No.
Okay, is it marked?
Yes, it
Are there
is. No
signs?
swimming, no wading, no ice fishing. There's several different things. Yes, there's a signage at both the hot pond and the conservation pond. I've been told that that's happened, and normally they call me. I've told the people to contact the dispatch and, yeah, let them know because, yeah,
I was down
Yes.
there one evening, my girlfriend and I went down and walked around
Yes.
and there were 2 young girls down there swimming. And I
swimming,
just-
and there's been wading, fishing. They're going in wading, and it says no wading, no swimming, no fishing. We have had a little problem down there with ants, I think, tore in. I'm really not sure, at the hot pond into the electrical box, and we have someone coming out to look for that. We keep popping breakers and really can't figure it out. Also started a project yesterday. Those big bases from the old lights around Memorial Park, we're yanking those out. That old concrete is, I swear, 50 feet deep, and we had a backhoe from the street department and couldn't hardly get it out, but we're working on those to start removing those big things and filling those in. And they're about done with Reese Park, finishing up that. It's been a long 2.5 years. It does. That project's wrapping up, and they're cleaning that up. So hopefully I have more updates next month.
Pickleball courts. I saw the last notice on here on 7-3 was that they were talking with someone about the lights that were coming.
Yes. The lights at Abner Longley are all new. They're installed. The ones at Memorial Park, we've got a couple prices. I don't know if Kevin's looking into those anymore, but we're going to change the old ones out with LEDs. The light poles themselves are fine. We've already reinstalled security cameras and such, but we're looking at going with LEDs because there is a couple dark areas there, and hopefully the LEDs will solve the.
The current lights work?
Yes, they
Or
do.
just-
Yeah, everything's
Are
working.
they still on the old timer system?
Yes, they are.
Did it be changed?
Oh, yeah. Is it wrong? See, I was walking.
Well, no, it's just it hits the 10-minute mark and you have to wait forever.
Oh, okay.
Turn it back on. And
When it starts flashing, we're supposed to hit that button, and those are supposed to come and stay on for another.
It's hard to see that in the middle of a game.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, early morning times when it's dark and late night times when it's 90 degrees out are prime time playing time. So
Okay.
keep those lights on, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
They look great.
Yeah, they are. There's a punch list. They got to knock a few things out. There's a lot of compliments. We're looking at getting a couple benches in there, and somebody said something about bag. There's always all kinds of things that they would like to see, which we would too. But we're looking at little benches where they can set their stuff. And we have I didn't see it noted on here on programs, but we have a pickleball tournament coming up also. She's announced it. We have or did she? Did I miss part of we have that's just part of the things. Look at our website for all the rest of the programs that we have coming on.
It'd be kind of neat, like you always give us an update about the usage of Seashore Water Park, and it's a little easier to track it probably because people are paying money and all
Yes.
that for admission. But like all of our amenities, the pickleball courts, the bike park, different places like that, if they could use that app to
How many visitors are actually,
I think that would just be really
Yeah.
interesting information.
No, I totally agree. I thought someone was working on getting lap counters on Big Four several years ago, and maybe there is data out there. I don't know of it. Joe, I believe, has something, and we're Placer ID that actually tells you how many numbers are visiting and then where they go afterwards. Because
They gave us that information after the eclipse. I
We did.
remember.
And we've used it downtown for Mischief on Meridian on big events like that. I'll get with Joe LePage, and I think I have access to that. But again, my technology is not up to par with a lot of people just saying. But yeah, I'll look into that and find out. I think that'd be a good idea. Absolutely. The Big Four trail. We've identified some of that's heaving now that summer and the rains have gone. We've painted it, so be careful from Menard's trailhead until you get to the new pavement. That old slag steel is just popping, And Steve Day's been nice enough to come out from Triangle Asphalt and grind it down. We're going to try and do some other things with it where we cut it out and put some asphalt in because it just keeps heaving on us and somebody's going to get hurt. Everybody's aware of the heaving. I think one of the council members got hurt on it. So that's something else we're looking into to try and resolve that. There again, it costs a lot of money to repave it, and we just don't have that in the budgets right now. That's all I had.
Well, as usual, it was a great 4th and the park looked great.
It did.
Thanks to all of you.
Thank you. I'll pass that on.
Okay, any questions for John or anything else to come before the board tonight? I'd entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. If nothing else to come before the board tonight, and entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Thank you for joining us this evening.